My wife drained our bank account and abandoned me, but for good reason.
Sometimes you feel like draining a bank account, running to
boat.
Turks and Caicos, and just living the rest of your life out there.
You gotta get with that, Spanish police officer. We have two beautiful guests to the podcast today. Our spicy guests.
Oh, yeah.
We have Reddit On Wiki.
Hello, OKOP listeners. I am John, aka Muy Caliente.
Ooh, there we go.
I'm Josh, and I'm too white to say that.
I am Josh.
Well, thanks for joining us, and I guess let's get into this story. So my wife, Mary's family, has a history of dementia, developing memory issues in their mid to late 50s. At least that's as much as I can remember. Okay.
This story's already memorable.
Her mom, grandmother, and several other relatives on her mom's side have developed dementia, which is that's sad.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's rough. Yeah, it sucks.
That is.
I would not want to have dementia. Hot take.
Whoa, hold on. Are you sure?
I didn't know we were coming on to a controversial podcast.
Yeah, wait a second.
The last 4 years were tough on us. Our kids, daughter moved for college, but moved back for a bit during COVID, and our marriage. Living with someone with dementia is brutal. We had talked a lot the last year about taking the remaining college funds, our regular savings, sell or rent the house. We were ready to downsize anyway, quit our jobs and travel for a year or just until the money runs out.
That's a vibe.
That is a
They're ready to
vibe.
leave it all. We just had to wait for her mom to move into a home. So basically, everything is hinging on Granny finding a place to sit.
Get out, Granny.
Yeah. I dug this nice hole in the ground.
While we travel the world in paradise.
Freaking Sparta kicking grannies into holes. I understand her anxiety about developing dementia, and I was burned out. You live through COVID, working remote, a wife working remote, a college and high school student taking remote classes, and a mother-in-law with dementia, and see how you would hold up, which I imagine, not well, everyone been at the same house.
I live a very privileged lifestyle, and I don't want to give it up.
Exactly.
Nope.
I want to travel.
Yes.
Space finally opened up, and we were able to move her mom into a care facility. Finally thought I had a chance to breathe. When we moved Mary's mom out, Mary's mental health took a huge downward spiral. I went from caring for her mom to caring for her. She felt guilty about putting her mom in a home and had lots of anxiety about developing dementia. It's rough, dude.
Yeah. I mean, you could be like, you know what will cheer you up? A trip around the world.
Where are we?
Get on that plane.
Can't remember it.
It's like 50 first dates.
Like, wait
They
a
do
second.
that at the end.
Yeah. Why are we on the plane right now? Actually, that would make it 10 times better. You're just and the person you're with is just having like the reveal moment constantly.
Yeah, dude. It's like, who is the happiest animal? A goldfish.
True.
Because they're stupid.
They forget.
Yeah,
Like,
3-second memory, bro.
Now I got it. I have 0-second memory. So.
Okay, so our plan was to start traveling about, around summer 2024. And 2 months ago, I get home and she's left a note. My friends call it Exhibit A. Basically, she was going on our trip without me.
That motherfucking goldfish.
Yeah,
Why not?
That goldfish, dude. Forgetting the most important thing, me.
She just kept swimming, guys.
She forgot she had a husband.
Babe, that Spanish police officer, I didn't realize that we were married. She had quit her job, took most of the savings, and wasn't sure when she'd be back. She said maybe a year, maybe sooner. She said she knew I'd understand. Her location is turned off, and my calls go directly to voicemail. I texted the kids a picture of the note. Would you text your kids the picture of a note if your wife went off and travel the world? Would you be like, can you believe what
I
your
would
mother
try
did?
to talk to her first, but if she all the calls went to voicemail,
Ignores?
what would you guys do?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm petty as hell. So the moment, I give it that 3 rule, you know, just be like, hey, I'm going to text you 3 times. I'm going to call you 3 times. I'm going to leave a voicemail 3 times. And if you don't pick up, I'm going to be petty as
that's
hell.
And I'm going to
Plenty.
do all of that within 2 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah.
Call me. Hello.
Divorce!
The kids are finding out about this.
We have our own checking accounts for direct deposits of our paychecks, but we transfer most into a joint account to pay the household bills and savings. We both had access to main savings account. We have joint credit cards we use for household expenses. The 2 cars and the mortgage are joint. We both also have our own small savings account, our own retirement accounts equally funded, and our own credit cards for gifts and fun things. I closed all joint cards and accounts.
What if she needed that money to get back?
That's a problem for the future. I won't remember.
Hey, you're a goldfish.
Yeah.
You better start swimming.
I waited a month to see if she'd come back, hopefully before she spends our savings. After receiving only 1 text the first month.
How generous.
Divorce.
Hey,
I don't know how to
Divorce.
take this.
To be fair, them roaming fees and international lines are expensive as
I only drained one of our accounts, babe. I need to drain another to contact you.
This text message was the one account. It cost all the money.
I sent you letters. They're arriving by carrier pigeon. Just wait till next month. I wanted to be romantic.
Yeah.
After receiving only 1 text the first month, I went to a lawyer. She basically said there was very little to do right now other than change the beneficiaries of my retirement accounts and life insurance. Yay, my wife gets nothing else if I die alone while she's having adventures. It was only a month and there was no way to serve her papers because she has no idea where she is.
They can't find her.
My lawyer advised me to keep paying the mortgage and the cars. The cost of trying to get a judge to approve the sale of a joint asset was more than making payments. Let's just keep throwing all of our money away so we're poor forever.
Exactly.
Poor.
And if you want to stop us from entering the death of a poor in the streets and gutters, you should buy this merch that I'm wearing right now. Are you in love?
Yeah,
What a plug.
What a plug.
Rich,
Bet you didn't
rich,
forget to do
rich,
that.
rich.
Go to loveclub.com. Love Club. Wait, love.
Loveclub.shop.
Yeah, go to loveclub.shop right now. All right.
You forgot the URL.
We just made it. We literally just
made it today.
Damn, called that on our own podcast.
I didn't want to ruin my credit card by letting one of our cars get repossessed, but I can't sell it because she's on the title. I get random text and she sporadically posts on Instagram. Of course, she has comments turned off. I want to block her so bad, but my lawyer advised me it's better to maintain a communication channel that's not through our kids. Her last post was from Hawaii. She put in the comments how great a husband I was for letting her take this trip. I'm barely making it, paying 2 cars, a mortgage, household bills, insurance, hoping there are no emergencies because I have no savings, and she's enjoying our trip. F her.
The lawsuit's going to be great when she gets back.
Yeah, dude. Let us be in there, be the court reporters.
That
bro.
lawyer is
That'd be
just
fun.
cooking.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
He's ready.
Like, I'm serving this divorce on a luau, baby.
I'm so pissed at her. I helped take care of her mom for 4 years and her when she fell apart after her mom moved into a memory care home, and she returns the favor by abandoning me. I'll never get to take this trip and have to put off retirement. My only solace is the kids are pissed at her, but they'll probably forgive her eventually. Double F her and my kids too. No, I'm kidding. I'm no fool. She's hooking up with guys. She looks good. She'll probably have zero problem getting men. I texted her and asked her if she was sleeping around. A week later, she responded that she wasn't. Sure, eye roll.
I don't know. Oops, I slipped and fell.
So I'm drinking alone on a Friday night, and she's somewhere, probably on a beach, enjoying life. Triple F her. My lawyer has given me a bunch of advice and options. It was just way more than I could possibly include in this post. I could definitely push the issue harder, and I might need to at some point, but all that work is very expensive. Finding her, serving her, getting a judge to sign off, that's not cheap. I'm following up soon, and I plan on talking about the savings and my finances. Until I paid all the bills and realized how little was left, it didn't hit me that I had to worry about money. Man, struggling. And there are some comments that I'm going to read soon. We love telling relationship stories.
And a lot of these stories center around love, Sam.
And so I was like, oh, maybe I'll make like a little hoodie that just represents the love. And it says, have you been in love? Tell me your love story. And I've just been like wearing it out in public. And I've actually gotten to a bunch of conversations with people about their love story. I was in Patagonia and it started a conversation with this gaucho who's riding horses on the coastline of Patagonia with me. He told me this really cute love story about his wife and his baby. Oh, this is really cool. So I started wearing it more. I wore it on the show. And then you guys were like, we want one. So we decided we're going to give you a couple.
So we thought we would do a limited drop of this hoodie. So we're only going to make 10 just for you guys.
Again, we've never done anything like this. We're not even sure if you want it, but if you like this and want to support the show, go to loveclub.shop and get one right now. I think the idea behind it is really cool. It's just sparking conversations about love with people around you, strangers, loved ones.
A hoodie that can start a connection, right, Sam?
Yeah, that's what we're about.
Again, to get one, go to luvclub.shop.
Loveclub.shop. Only 10.
Go get them.
But what do you guys think? Is this guy the asshole for abandoning his wife?
Is he a raging evil maniac?
Yes.
There we go.
How dare he let his wife go on that trip? I mean, was that an Am I the asshole? 'Cause that's crazy.
I'm making it an Am I the asshole right now.
Okay.
It's converted.
Is OP the asshole for abandoning his wife?
No.
Hell nah.
I would have done it sooner.
Yeah.
We chanted
is-
like second paragraph in divorce.
Yeah.
So.
Right? Maybe she planned and plotted on this the entire time, which is why she started putting together the savings plan for the vacation, because she knew that she was going to leave him and take the trip on her own so she could drain it and then have all the money
But
to
it
go.
seems like she sincerely believes that they're going to stay together.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I think she
I
had a
think
mental
she's
break,
delusional.
maybe.
Yes.
It's giving me the impression that it's both calculated and kind of spontaneous
Yeah.
at the same
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
too. So like it could go either way, because I understand where they're coming from. That's a lot of responsibilities to take, having to take care of a parent that has dementia. I mean, everyone took a toll during pandemic, right? But that part I can sympathize that there's some sort of breakdown, but taking a trip, draining the account, that's a calculated move.
Yeah, and she did it all like under his nose too.
Playing checkers,
Oh,
not
yeah.
chess.
Yeah, dude. 4D. So here are some relevant comments. So King of a Leprechaun says, thank you for letting her take this trip, because it's basically her saying, when I get through living the single life, I'll be coming back to the comfort and security of married life. When she returns, I'd say, welcome home. Here are your walking papers. And OP says she's 100% under the delusion that she's coming back to a marriage. She's had a few conversations with our daughter, and she's convinced I'll understand and forgive her. So
Yeah,
I guess
wonder
we
what
know
the
she's
kids are saying
delusional.
and all this.
Yeah.
Are they like,
Yeah.
what the
I think
fuck is
they're,
mom doing?
I know they're pissed. They like
Quadruple
OP say-
F the mom.
yeah. And then another commenter, Naive Subject 65, says, tell your daughter to pass along the message. You're filing for divorce for abandonment, and see if this gets you some traction. I don't generally like the idea of going through kids, but they need to have your back on this. Maybe even tell her they'll cut her off as well if she keeps doing this to you and the family. Maybe even start posting about how she's living the good life and letting your friends and family know what kind of pickle this has put you in. Everyone probably assumes you're on board if you're not purposely driving the true narrative. And OP says she only hears what she wants. I asked her to send me an address to serve her papers. She only told me that we'll work it out when she comes home. The F we will. My daughter tells her all the pain she's causing, but she just says that she only has 5 to 10 years left until she gets dementia. It's impossible to know if she'll even develop dementia, but shouldn't she be spending this time with her family? And there is a juicy update, but yeah, what do you guys think?
Ooh, I completely agree with that. Like, typically, I'm pretty much against like weaponizing kids in terms of like if there's marital problems, because that should be settled between two adults. And she is also weaponizing the fact that yes, her family does have history of dementia, but you know, I'm not saying like I don't know if there's a cure to it. I'm ignorant when it comes to that, but like
There's not really a
medicine has
cure,
advanced,
no.
so it could happen. But like it's not something that's completely guaranteed, right? So why are you risking your relationship with the kids that's probably gonna take care of you when you do have that condition, and just like essentially abandoning them to do whatever the hell you want?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there is something to be said about living your fullest life before you can't remember it. But you should be wanting to do that with your family and friends, rather than abandoning them for go by yourself. It's a weird bit to me.
But you can't hook up with all the people in all these different countries if you're with the kids and you're
partner.
That's true.
So
You can't hook up with the Spanish police officer if you don't cry.
Excuse me, Officer Suave. I have a problem.
I got stuck in this washing machine in my hostel.
This is the other thing that's like bothering me too about it. It's like her concern is about her losing her memories. So why is she creating memories just by herself, knowing that she might forget it, as opposed to creating memories with her family where we can retell that story to her over and over again?
Great point. I mean, their
I
original
don't
plan was
understand
so
that fact
good.
about it.
Yeah, it was perfect. Why did she fuck it up?
Officer Suave.
Officer Suave. All right, well, let's get into this update. Here's the update from November 13th, 2023. So this is this month. Ooh. So an update from my original post. I'm feeling much more positive now. The financial situation has become a little bit more manageable. Basically, I'm running up debt that will get paid off when I sell the house. Even with lawyer fees, I have 6 to 8 more months before I have to worry about money, assuming there are no emergencies. I mean, I guess that's better, but man, like he's like, yeah, I got 6 more months.
That would destroy me.
It's better than
Crippling
being
anxiety.
like, he was just like, I have no savings and I'm spending all my money on all our bills. So 6 months is like a
I thought I was
drastic
going to be homeless
improvement.
next week, but I got another 6 months. Woo! My friend's wife gave me some good advice. Don't go from being a hero to a villain in your kids' eyes. How I talk about and treat my wife will determine my future relationship with my kids. I don't give a damn about my wife, but I don't want to make her a sympathetic figure or drive them away from both of us. I followed up with the lawyer. Basically, she said we're going to have her pay back the savings she took through a reduction in her share of the assets. Any division of assets will include the savings she took. She'll also have to repay the money I spent maintaining the household while she was gone. There is plenty of equity in her share of the house and her retirement plans to cover that.
Thank God.
yes.
That makes sense. That makes total sense.
That makes sense. She said that our finances are so intertwined after nearly 25 years of marriage, my wife is going to get some share of the assets. Best case is she agrees to the terms of the divorce and it's relatively cheap and quick. Otherwise, it gets complicated and expensive. She gave me a lot of options and how much I can expect to spend, so I decided to just mostly wait.
The audacity if she fights it.
dude.
Right?
I got a couple of credit cards with promo rates for purchases and transfers. That gives me breathing room and I can conserve cash. I'll just pay them off when I sell the house. Now that my financial situation is less stressful, I'm actually enjoying her being gone. I'm free to do whatever I want, whenever. I don't have to cook or clean or take care of anyone. The house is quiet for the first time I can remember. I loved my wife, but her mental health weighed down our marriage. On balance, it was worth it. Until now. The first month or so, I expected her to be there whenever I'd get home. When someone was at the door or if I heard noises, I'd think it was her.
Yeah.
I'd check the doorbell cam obsessively. Now, I'm not looking forward to her returning. It has to happen, but when she comes back, I'll have to deal with her, the divorce, getting the house ready to sell, dividing all our stuff, finding a new place to live, etc. I'm hoping she'll stay away until after New Year's, but my daughter said she thinks her mom will be home for Christmas, either to stay or visit. My lawyer will have papers ready to serve her. Hopefully, she'll just agree to the terms and continue her travels. OP is talking a little bit about some of the advice in the comments. So people had some great advice. Renting or selling the house, not really feasible right now, since I'd have to fix some stuff and get it ready to sell/rent. Since I need a place to live, the amount I net each month, rent minus mortgage, minus rent on a new apartment, minus storage units, equals not worth it. My kids' rooms are still full of their stuff, and I don't want to spend the time and effort to clear them out and put them in storage. Getting a HELOC, what's HELOC?
That is, it's
HELOC?
basically a loan against the house. So he could.
Oh, yeah.
Right. This was some great advice. I didn't realize I didn't need both people to get a loan. If I need more money, I can go this way. In the short term, the promo rates on the credit cards were cheaper and easier than getting a HELOC. Serving my wife divorce papers or getting a divorce in absentia. This is something I might need to do eventually, but the cost and lawyer fees goes up exponentially in cases like this. I'm comfortable just waiting for now. Looking at the phone bill to see where she's at and possibly going. I did look at her usage and did notice that she doesn't post on social media until after she leaves a place. Like when she posted about Hawaii, she made a call that day that originated in Los Angeles.
Big brain.
She posted about a cruise, and I figured out the dates, trying to serve her at the port possibly.
Damn, she living her best
Dude,
life.
she's going
Goddamn.
everywhere.
Yep.
She posted about a cruise, and I figured out the dates and was trying to serve her at the port possibly, but it ended up a couple of days before she posted. She tried adding international calling to her line, but I blocked it, so she removed her phone from our account. It's like Catch Me If You Can. Like they're like, she's like playing a game of cat and mouse right here.
And now OP's like, all right, you want to play ball? Let's play some freaking ball.
I was gonna say, I picture him in his house alone, dark. He's in his underwear in front of a whiteboard. It's got like pins everywhere where she's been, messages she's sent, posts she has. And just
There is no Pepe Sylvia.
I will find you.
If it's the last thing I do. So some relevant comments. Z Eldapin says, oh my gosh, I am infuriated on your behalf. The audacity of my husband is so great for letting me take this trip. The petty in me hopes she'll be home for Thanksgiving because I want her world to explode. OP said she's told her family she won't be home for Thanksgiving. Nobody told her my daughter and I are spending Thanksgiving with her family though. She can see the posts of us having a good time without her.
The way I'm dumpster diving for an expired turkey or ham and just be like, oh, got you some leftovers.
Right. Have a plate.
And then old gal Miss PT says, please change the locks on your house so you can't just waltz back in while you're out one day. I'm so angry for you. I've been married for 23 years. And if my husband did this to me, God help anyone between me and him.
That's good advice. Go one step forward and Home Alone that.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're talking.
There we go.
This is a
dude.
Christmas miracle in the making.
Get that like HELOC loan just to like fund the most insane, elaborate Rube Goldberg like level traps. Just like
Hire
That would be
Donald Trump
amazing.
to run into her at the hotel.
Yeah,
she's at.
yeah.
Excuse me, where's the lobby?
And then OP said she left her keys. I changed the code on the security system, the passphrase and password. I also found a new hiding place for the emergency key we had in the backyard. And then finally, Love being an asshole said, so she's just going to blow through all the money and then assumes you'll take her back and care for her when dementia hits her. And then OP says, seems to be her plan, but it's not mine.
Damn. Stick to your guns,
Love to
OP.
see it.
Dude, yeah, be a freaking Easter Island head and going through.
divorce.
Divorce.
That was a doozy. So I'm wondering, so now OP is still at the point of waiting for her to come back.
Yeah.
Right. And
We have no more updates. We don't know.
we have no more updates.
How dare you?
Right? Quick hypothetical for you guys. So let's say the wife comes back, OP serves her, and they do the thing where he gets like paid out from the equity in the house. What would your next move be? I'm also curious for everyone watching, what would your comment what you would do below, but what would your move be if you got everything out of the divorce that you wanted?
Sleep with a Spanish cop.
Oh, get right back at her. Okay, I like that. Also sleep with
And
Rico
then
Suave.
I'm gonna go to Hawaii and Rico Suave, and I'm going to Hawaii and taking a cruise.
There we go.
Should we get into this next story?
Let's do it. An old friend wants to cheat with my husband. I told her husband. Here's what happened.
Dang, you get mad for a little swinging? Come on.
Reverse Uno, baby. You want
Put your keys in the bowl.
put your keys in the bowl and we shaking that bad boy up. This one actually comes from our subreddit r/okopshow. Heyo. So big shout out to Lady Max for submitting this story. By the way, guys, our beautiful guests wiki on Reddit, they are absolutely
Reddit
destroying.
on Wiki. Trying to freaking destroy their
I'm
cloud.
just so
You're trying to
jealous
switch
of you.
the other way?
Please, if you could, join our subreddit so we wouldn't look so pathetic next to our incredible guests. But big shout out to Lady Mags. If you want to submit your story, go to r/okopshow, send it in there. Well, let's dive into this one. Some details are left out to keep this story short and sweet. A few years back, a woman who my husband grew up with began messaging him on Facebook. He ignored the first few attempts until a mutual friend of theirs messaged him, telling him that this person was trying to get in touch with him and he should message her back. My girl ain't quitting. She's ready to make it happen. He isn't really the chatty type, but ended up replying to one of her messages shortly after this. They caught up on what had happened over the past few years. She now lived a few states away, and she quickly got right into the reason she was reaching out to him.
Whoa!
Now that's a chant I can get behind.
And she will too.
Apparently, she always had a big crush on him. She began flirting with him, sending him inappropriate messages and pictures of herself to him. Nope.
Damn.
We went full nuclear.
Damn,
Nuclear.
On Facebook?
Dude, that's where the best nudes are sent.
They don't compress there.
Oh, yeah. You can see all those pixels. When I saw those, it was on.
Like as in she was turned on, like
Bricked up?
Yeah, bricked up. She knew he was married. What she didn't know is that I'm a little crazy and very petty. That's because she's part of the OKOP gang. Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
She thought she was safe because she lived in another state. Nay, nay.
so I stabbed that.
Hashtag free lady mags.
I'm writing this from my cell. It's my one phone call.
We're starting to GoFundMe today.
Oh my God. I was reaching out to you guys hoping you could help spread the word. But by the way, OP, we would totally have your back in that scenario.
Yeah, dude.
Donate.
Little did she know that she had effed around and was about to find out. Of course, I called her to let her have it, and she hung up like a coward. Lady Mags, you have to submit way more stories because you're.
He said like a coward?
Yes. Yes, bro. Lady Mags watches this show.
Bro, she's putting the Dukes on, man.
Since I couldn't say what I needed to say to her, I did the next best thing. I decided to tell her husband.
Dun, dun, dun.
The plot thickens.
Yes, she was married with 2 little children.
And so I told the kids too. Recognize the children.
Family meeting. Mother and wife of the year material for sure. I am a self-proclaimed internet detective.
Wait, really quick. So it seems like there's no hate directed at OP's husband. who,
Yeah.
Like, was he not sending anything back?
My understanding from this story is that is how else did she find out about it?
That's fair. But also, like, getting to that point in a conversation where she's sending this stuff is like, it's kind of
I
questionable.
mean, people send unsolicited nudes all the time. It happens every day.
True.
That's true.
Happens every
That's
day. If I can help it.
Every day.
I make sure it happens.
John's like, help me. I get one every morning.
I keep blocking him, but he keeps finding new ways. I am a self-proclaimed internet detective. Her first mistake after the fact was not blocking me on Facebook. Her profile was public, which made it very easy for me to find her husband. I slid into his DMs.
No way.
But not the same way she slid into my husband's DMs.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Cool it, boys.
Well written. Well written.
My only goal was revenge.
It's in there. Wow.
Hell yeah.
His profile was also public. And lucky for me, his About Me section was filled with all kinds of helpful details, like his place of work.
No, she's not going to go to the employer. No.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
But I see you in the comments if you see what's about to happen. He hadn't seen my message. I figured that since we weren't friends and had no mutual friends, it was probably sent to the message requests. That's fine. I will just try another way because I am not going to wait around for his reply. I Googled his workplace and called him at his office directly.
Oh my God.
Respect.
Right? We had a nice conversation. I let him know what his wife was up to while he was at work making money to provide for her and their family. He told me how she has never worked more than a part-time job, a few hours here or there, and that it was not the first time that she had done this to him, and that it was the last time she would ever be able to do it to him again. He was done.
OP, how does it feel to know that your husband was not the first, though? He was like, bottom of the barrel she was scraping.
Good question. OP, you're probably watching this.
How do you feel?
How you feel? I offered to send him screenshots that I had taken. He gave me his cell phone number and I sent him everything I had. Dang. I unloaded the clip. Ooh. He did give me an update shortly after all of this unfolded. This all happened right before Christmas. They had plans to go buy a Christmas tree when he got home from work. He told me he went home and stuck to that plan. And he basically told her something like, let's pick out a good one since it'll be our last Christmas as a family.
Damn.
I was so worried where that was going. I took her out to the woods.
We can't support that taste. She didn't see that one coming. She was confused until he showed her the screenshots, and he told her that I called him at his office to let him know what was going on behind his back.
Lady Mag's got time.
Yes, she does. I got nothing but time, and it just hit revenge o'clock. Also, Lady Mag says, boom, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Mic drop.
Hell yes.
Dude.
Double mic drop. It's
Double
crazy.
mic drop. Whether or not she intended to be a homewrecker or just wanted to be a sneaky bish and hope to never get caught, the home she wrecked was her own. I simply helped expedite the inevitable process. Her husband was honestly such a nice guy. And so we began to talk more.
Ooh.
Just kidding. well, we became Facebook friends and stayed in touch for a while. As I'm writing this, I decided to check in on his Facebook page, and it looks like he has upgraded. He remarried, and the woman in his profile picture is much prettier than his first wife.
Damn.
Wow.
Man's on the
Shots
ascent.
fired.
Okay.
I could not be happier for him, and I wish him the very best. Thank you for reading my tale of petty events. I look forward to hearing your feedback.
I'm just
You did the right
floored.
thing.
Like
Right?
what a if this is like the Spartan warrior of petty revenge.
Truly.
Like send her 1,000 of mags into battle and like with like
any
North
war.
Korea could win every war.
She's a one-woman army. She doesn't need any more.
She doesn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
true, dude.
She could take them down all by herself.
She tops the CIA, the FBI, all of them.
Yeah.
She's a one-woman wrecking ball.
You've heard of the
Damn.
CIA, but have you heard of the Lady Mags?
Secret operative. Well, that was a doozy of the story, and also just thank you to our guest hosts. If you want to check out their podcasts, go to Reddit on Wiki everywhere.
Yes.
Podcasts
Don't
are.
go to Wiki on Reddit. I don't know where that takes
That's
you.
the wrong
Almost got
place.
you guys.
Just to see if we were paying attention. We get it.
You can also
I was
check
nodding
into the
off.
link in the description if you want to go to their pod.
Yep, we'll link everything down below. Boys, thank you so much for joining on this episode. What a great one.
Huge.
Thank
you for having us. We appreciate it.
That's
Dicks.